All right, excuse me. Can everyone hear me? Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and get the program started. First of all, for those who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, let me introduce myself. My name is Mark Rylance. I'm a financial advisor with R.S. Crum. I've been with the firm for about 7.5 years. Prior to that, I was with Merrill Lynch for 6 years. And over the last couple of years, I've been running more of the day-to-day operations. So from me personally and from R.S. Crum as a whole, I want to welcome you and I want to thank you for attending tonight. This is unbelievable. I mean, just going around and talking to everybody is so fun and exciting, and I think we have the best client base of anybody. And so anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay, so before we get started, let me talk a little bit about what led us to today and having this event. And really, what gave us this idea is we have weekly meetings, investment meetings, where we go through and we talk about investment policy, couple hours every single week. And as advisors, everybody here on this stage is working directly with clients and having conversations directly with clients. And it just became clear to us over the last 6 months, and probably could go back for 2 years, that there was a lot of uneasiness and a lot of concern, whether it was with the U.S. economy, the global economy. Everybody's hearing about high unemployment, massive deficits. I could go on and on and on. So we kind of feel that we're kind of at an inflection point where we've made it through the major financial crisis, and now 2 years later, after Lehman failed, it's like, okay, now what? Money markets are paying zero. The markets are still volatile. So what we want to do tonight is actually talk not about the past, but talk more about the present and the future, and specifically where we see risk and where we see opportunity. And we felt this forum would be the best way to go about it, because when you're talking one-on-one, there's only so many questions you can ask or think of to ask. And we felt that this would be a great forum to ask, a lot of questions and hear a lot of different answers. We decided to do the Q&A format, more of a conversation. I think the chairs are to make it a little more homey instead of us having pulpits here. But this event, for it to be successful, it's going to require participation. Okay? So if, any question is on the table, if you want to talk about the economy or investments or internally how our company works, what's the future of R.S. Crum, what I had for breakfast this morning, what Dick had for lunch, whatever, it doesn't matter. So please ask any question, and hopefully we give you the right answers, or at least our best attempt at the right answers. So with that said, tonight I'm actually just doing the introduction. We drew straws as to who was going to be the MC tonight. We've been calling him the talk show host or the game show host. And you can tell that Dan is standing there. He drew the short straw. He wanted to go 2 out of 3, and we said, no, that's all right. So, no, but seriously, Dan's going to introduce everybody here. But I want to first introduce Dan. Dan's been with the firm. And keep in mind, R.S. Crum's been around since 1976. Dan's been here longer than anybody except Dick. Going on about 15 years. He knows probably most people in this audience. He's got some weird connection where he's dialed right into Dick's brain. He sometimes knows what he's going to say before he says it. And so we thought he would be the perfect person to moderate this and kind of keep the discussion going. So with that said, Dan, let me turn it over to you. Dan Sexton.
Thank you and welcome. Mark actually put it kind of lightly. We didn't draw straws. I was thrown under a bus. So, anyways, no, thank you for that. And one last thing. For the record, I had Fruity Pebbles this morning for breakfast. So question 1 is done. Yeah. as Mark said, I've been here working with Dick and with RS Crum for a long time. It's going on 15 years now, and when I first started, it was just 2.5 people, and I was the half. And it's been a real pleasure, and I'm very proud of having to participate with Dick and what he's trying to do, and learning from him, and watching the firm grow as it has. It's been very wonderful. I'm very proud to be a part of that. And we've grown, and Dick has built this very unique team of people here, and developed a very special team approach to what we do of financial advice and investment management, where we all truly do, and it's not cliche, we do work as a team, and we all make a very concentrated effort for all of us to know the clients of RS Crum, not just one person knowing this group of clients, another person knowing that group of clients. We all talk about you. Yes, we all talk about you. Try to keep it nice. Amongst each other, so that, when anybody calls, someone's there to answer your question and understands your position personally, and can be very specific to what your needs and concerns are. So with that said, I'm going to start with introducing this special team of people, and I'll start at the end there. John Terrio is our newest addition. He's been with us for a couple of years. He has brings a very unique background in mergers and acquisitions, dealing with small business owners and medium-sized business owners in selling their practice or expanding their practice. So he brings a very unique perspective to that, and a new skill set that we didn't quite have in our pocket at the time. And then, of course, next to him is Dick Crum. He started the practice, what should I say, Dick, a long time ago? If you read the bio, it's 1976, and in all senses of the word, he is a pioneer in this fee-only financial advice that we've been experimenting with and trying to push the envelope of. Trailblazer is another word we use with him, and he's a hell of a model American. So, anyways, and of course, Mark, he's been with us for 7 years. He's had some experience with Merrill Lynch before that, and he's been with us for a very good long while too. And Chuck also has a kind of a unique background himself. He spent 25 years with Home Savings as a home builder for them. He built homes and for Home Savings for many years, so he's our real estate expert in that regard. And he's also, I would call him the Duke of Detail. If you want detail, we get Chuck in the room, and he's the guy we look to, and he's the master of spreadsheets. So anyways, that's our team here. In preparing for this evening, I was kind of reflecting back a bit on this 14 plus years that I've been here. And from a professional standpoint, I can't think of a more interesting and exciting time to cut my teeth on this industry. We've seen so much. The exuberance of the tech boom and the tech bubble popping. Of course, we've seen 9/11, 2 wars, a financial credit crisis unseen since the Great Depression, or you might want to call it the credit crunch, or the Great Recession, whatever you might want to call it. And, natural disasters. We've had Katrina and oil spills, and it seems like every other day there's something new. And, it's been professionally, it's challenging. It's a great learning experience, at least for me it is. This is my personal experience with this. But also on a personal level, I know, I invest my investments the same as we do you, our clients. And I know, having gone through this, that, with the investment structure we have in place and the philosophy we have, and, Dick has a very unique ability, special ability, you almost might call it a superhero ability, to sense and ferret out kind of these macroeconomic trends, and we can make the appropriate changes in portfolios to protect ourselves. And we came through the tech bubble. I know personally, I eked out a profit during that big slide. And over the 2 years after the tech bubble burst, the S&P 500 lost 50% of its value. And I came out with a profit. I mean, it's just incredible. And not to mention the financial crisis here, the Great Recession, whatever you want to call it, end of 2007, 2008, those were scary times. And, I was not devastated. And I know our clients were not either. You were not either. And coming to today, because this is all past, and Mark says, we're not talking about the past, and that's true. And today I know that personally and myself, I'm at or close to my gaining my all-time highest profit level of my own personal investments, and the same is true for you too. So, we've been through a lot of turmoil. It's been a tumultuous period, but we've all kind of come out of it okay. So, like Mark said, here we are today. There's still a lot of concerns. There's high unemployment, high debt. The future is so murky and unclear. You're just kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. So we want to talk about those issues and those concerns in our mind, and even better yet, how do we prosper, and how do we move on and prosper in this environment? So with that said, we'll open it up to the audience, and just so you know, we're going to try and keep this to about an hour. If we're really going well, we might keep it an hour and 15 minutes. We don't want to keep you here all night, but that's the program. And so I'll open it up to the audience, and if it's too silent, we might have to bring out the spin wheel of doom, and we'll spin it, and your jig might come up. So. So if anybody has a question, just raise your hand. I will try to address you by name if I can, but the light is in my eyes, so who is this? Oh, Ken, go ahead.